Hello students, in today's session we are going to learn inverse proportion. Direct and inverse proportion, chapter number 13 for class 8th. So let us understand what is the meaning of this inverse proportion. In this example, it is given one worker completes work in 5 days. 5 worker complete work in 1 day. So in another example, 4 men takes 10 days to build a brick wall. How many days will it take 20 men? Here, the more men employed, the less time it take to build the wall. We understand this here in these two examples. Let us consider a boy, Rohan, prepare himself to go for trekking, and he pack his food like 15 packets shown here. That means this food packets will last him for 15 days as one packet for 1 day. After some time, his 4 friends are also ready to go with him. So this food lasts for Rohan himself for 15 days. Now what will happen? As the 4 friends and Rohan, now number of members are 5 here. So when we take these food packets, so here the 5 boys, so 1 packet for each boy for 1 day. It will distribute when Rohan says okay, we will go, and they went for trekking. So what will happen? 5 boys, so these 5 packets will given for 1 day. That is, first day they took their meal from these 5 packets, each one of them. In the second day, again these 5 packets for these 5 boys. In the third day, again the 5 packets for 5 boys. Now here what we have to understand, that these 15 packets are sufficient for Rohan for 15 days, whereas now these 15 packets are work only for 3 days for 5 boys. The number of boy when Rohan was alone, 1, whereas when the 4 friends joined him, number of boys becomes 5. So 1 boy, that food packets last for 15 days, whereas the 5 boys, the food packet lasts for 3 days. Here number of boy from 1 to 5, these number of boys increases. Similarly, here for the number of days we consider, so 15 days, and 15 days becomes now 3 days. So here we can say number of days decreases. Now one point we have to understand here, in the direct proportion we learned that number of boys increases, so number of days will also increase in this way, or one quantity increases, accordingly the other quantity will also increase in the same rate or decrease in the same rate. Whereas in this example what we are observing, that the boys are increasing, accordingly the number of days are decreasing in the same ratio. So here this is the problem known as inverse proportion. So inverse proportion says that two quantities x and y are said to be in inverse proportion. If one increase in the quantity x, then there will be a decrease in the quantity y, and if the y and x are the quantities, if decrease in quantity x, then there will be increase in the quantity y. That meaning one will increase, accordingly the second quantity will decrease, or if first quantity is decrease, accordingly second quantity will increase. So it is the problem like this, where one is decreasing and another one is increasing, or vice versa. So we can say x is directly proportional to 1 upon y, or x is inversely proportional of y also we can say, or we can write it as x y is equals to k. When we transpose this y in this side, so x y is equals to k. When this direct proportion sign, we replace this by equal to sign, so we have to place the constant. So x y is equals to k. Then we can say that x and y are said to vary inversely when x y is equals to k, or product of that two quantities is constant. In this case, if y1 and y2 are the values of y corresponding to the values x1 and x2 of x of here, x1 and x2 are the quantities of x. So we write it as x1 y1 is equals to x2 y2. Remember, in the direct proportion we learn x upon y is equals to constant, but in inverse proportion we are having product of the quantities xy is equals to constant. So x1 y1 upon x2 y2, that is the formula for the direct proportion, whereas in inverse proportion x1 y1 is equals to x2 y2. That means product of the two different quantities is constant. In that direct proportion, it was division of the two quantities is constant. So we can say inverse proportion is what? When one quantity increases and other decreases at the same rate, or first quantity decreases and the second quantity increases at the same rate. So both the quantities are known as inverse proportion. Let us consider the problem based on the inverse proportion. If a box of sweets is divided among 24 children, they will get 5 sweets each. How many would each get if the number of children is decreased by 4? Here, when we arrange this problem into the tabular form, we get number of children, we denote it x by x, and number of sweets, we denote it by variable y. So number of children in the beginning is 24. So the number of sweet received by each child is 5. Now here number of children is decreases by 4. So that is 24 minus 4, that is equals to 20 children now. So how many sweet each will receive, we have to find it out. So as the number of children denoted by x, so 24 and 20 becomes x1 and x2, whereas number of sweets denoted by y, so 5 becomes y1 and the known quantity is y2. So clearly in this problem we are observing that 24 and 20 number of children decreases from 20 to 24. So each child will get more sweet. That means if this is decreasing, so this quantity will definitely increase. So this is the problem of the inverse proportion. So we can write x1 y1 is equals to x2 y2. Now put the values, we get 24 into 5 is equals to 20 into y2, or 24 into 5 upon 20 is equals to y. So here we can cancel out it by 5 ones are 5, 5 fours are 20, and here again this 4 6 times divides 24. So y2 we get 6, or we can say when the number of children reduce from 24 to 20, so the number of sweet received previously by each children is 5. Now 20 children will receive 6 sweets each. So in this way we have to solve the problems of inverse proportion.